What's up, guys? Mark the Greatest here, and today's video. Excuse me, y'all. Let me sit up real quick. Anyway, what's up, y'all? Mark the Greatest, and today's video, y'all, is gonna be about love yourself so that you can love others. And if you're new, please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, share this video and setting this up right now, y'all. And let's get right into it. So, love yourself like you would others, okay? And the reason why I say this is a lot of people tend to love others, but they neglect themselves. And I'm just here to tell you guys that you need to love yourself in order to be there for other people. Now, lots of people go to events and go to parties, and I've been to parties before, especially like with family, and sometimes what they serve as food, you know like the food that they serve, like it can be salty, and for me that's not always the best because I'm not going to disclose some of my conditions, but I have a few conditions, and you know that can be effective to me. So in order for me to take care of myself, I need to be more cautious of how I eat, no matter if it bothers other people. And see, I think a lot of people go to events and they tend to neglect themselves, and they just, because they want to fit in and because they want acceptance from other people. But sometimes taking care of yourself means neglecting the acceptance of other people. Let me say that again. Sometimes taking care of yourself means neglecting the acceptance of other people. So, if you want to be in the best condition, sometimes you gotta let go of what other people want for you. You gotta let go of, okay, other people's desires of what you should be doing in your life. Like, sometimes you can't even please your parents. And that is just the hardcore truth, y'all. Like, sometimes parents wants us to do things their way, but sometimes that's not always the best thing for us. Sometimes we have to see things from our own perspective and really determine, is this the right thing for me to do? Just because it's somebody that I love or somebody that I've trusted for a long time, is what they're saying going to be beneficial to me? And if not, then it's time to make up another game plan. And I think people should learn how to use their mind a little bit, and to say and have those independent thoughts, that they have, and use it to your advantage. I'm not saying don't listen to people, because sometimes people have very good things to say, but other times the advice or what they're telling you that they want you to do may not be beneficial to you. And sometimes you have to get away from that. Sometimes you just gotta do what's best for you. Hold on real quick, y'all. I'm gonna shut my door. But yeah, like, you should do what's best for you, especially if it considers your health, if it considers your work life or your family life. I think you should second guess, or you should ask yourself, is this the best decision? Now, it's all right to go out with friends and family sometimes. I understand if it's a birthday party, or like an event or a wedding or a funeral or something like that. I understand that. But like, to show up for everything cannot isn't always good, if you guys know what I mean. And I'm not here to tell y'all what to do. I'm just here to say that um, I think you should consider learning how to make decisions on your own, and learn how to not be pressured by other people. That's all I'm saying in this video, y'all. And I think there have been plenty of times in my life where, I've been pressured, or at least I felt pressured into doing things. And sometimes that's not the best, it wasn't the best thing for me. And sometimes it was like, some days, and to be honest, some days you may not even want to go, and I understand you may not want to go, and sometimes you have to go, maybe like to work, or, like if you have a job. I understand that, but like, I'm talking about events that some of y'all, like, a lot of us may not want to go to, and we don't have to go to, and if we don't go, it won't be a big significance. You know what I mean? Like, that kind of thing. And I think we worry too much about what other people think about us. I know I do sometimes, and I think we should really take the time and really ask ourselves, what makes us happy? What makes us bring joy, in our lives? And I'm sorry to say, but unfortunately, a lot of people haven't found that yet. But I'm just here, and I'm here to, on this video, to say that I think people should find their own source of happiness, whether it's through playing video games. You know, one lady, one lady today kind of. I was in the, I was in the office. I was in the doctor's office today, and one lady was kind of laughing because I guess I had some lab work done, and I had left the office. Like, I thought she insisted that I was done, so I left the office, and then I got a call back saying, you need to come back to the office, and you need to come back to the office. And then I came back, and then when I came back and I was sitting in the chair to get my lab work done, she was like, "Oh, when you get back home, you're gonna be playing video games, and you're gonna be asleep and all that." And I'm not just here to say that she was lying, but like, lots of times people just, like, you do what's best for you, regardless of what they say. Or maybe she was just joking. I know she was just joking. I actually thought it was pretty funny. But like, lots of people are gonna like shame you for doing what's best for you. Sometimes you might need a rest day. Some days you may not. Some days you can't afford a rest day. But when time calls for you to have a rest day, have a rest day. You know what I mean? And even, I'd say even for college students, because, I mean, I don't have too much experience with having like a 9 to 5 per se. Now, I've worked one 9 to 5. I was a delivery person, and I did that for about 2 months. And, I mean, it was, it had its stresses, and I'm like, man, and then when I got home, all I wanted to do was sleep and play games. And yeah, I might have worked on my other hustles, and I may have worked on my YouTube channel, but like, I just wanted to relax. And I think that's okay to have that time to relax and to just kind of chill out a bit. Even in college, like, lots of people are doing or taking up a lot of tasks, and that can be very stressful. And I hate to admit this, and I hate to say this, but I was watching this video with Dr. Boyce Watkins, and it was about how stress stress on the job can kill you. And I'd even have to add on to that and to say stress in college can kill you as well. So this is not just for people that have 9 to 5 jobs. This is for college students. This is for college students that, you know, they're going through a lot. Especially like seniors, like they may be working a job, and then they may be going to school, that type of thing. Like there's stress associated with that, and I think we should take the time and sit down with this. But a lot of people have the assumption of, oh, young people have energy, they don't have any problems, which is not true. Lots of young people have problems, like health problems, and lots of young people can be stressed. Let's be honest. Especially today's millennials, especially today's Gen Z, maybe even Gen Alpha. Like, a lot of people can be stressed, and I think we should look more into this. It shouldn't just be into a certain age bracket, but it really should be for all ages, because all of us have stress, and all of us have very difficult moments in our life, and I think we should take a second look into that. And really, y'all, I think it's all a part of loving yourself. When you consider your mental health, when you consider your health problems, or the stress you're dealing with at school or work, we should consider that into our well-being, because all of that affects our well-being. Even the people we hang around, that considers our well-being. So we should consider everything that is a part of our life and see, okay, long term, is this going to benefit me? And if not, I mean, find a way to make an exit plan. It may not happen right away, but when you make that exit plan, it's going to make your life a whole lot easier. Like for me, guys, I know that I may not work for 20 plus years. I mean, I'm going to work, but long term, I might not, because I consider how inflation is and how the current economy is. Like, I just realized that the job that I'll be going into, it won't help me all the way. So I'm learning how to do other things so that I'm not just reliant on one thing, and I don't want to, I'm not here to tell people what to do, but I'm just here to say, really consider your options. See what else is out in the world, especially if, you're a black person. Like a lot of people don't want to hire you or accept you, and you have to be okay with that. And after all, you're going into their world. I'm not going to disclose much, but you're going to go into their world, and you're basically asking them to accept you, and sometimes that's not always the case. So one thing Dr. Boyce Watkins had mentioned is, you got to learn how to be independent from the system. And let me say that again. You got to learn how to be independent from the system so that you aren't reliant on one thing. And I'm not here, once again, not here to tell you guys what to do. I'm just here to tell you to, I'm here to recommend some options. I'm here to recommend you to look at other options, and that's all it is, y'all. Like, and when you consider your options, that's all of that is a part of loving yourself. Like, even just like how people treat you, like you got to look at how people treat you. If they're not helping you, if they're tearing you down, if they always have something bad to say about you, maybe it's time for you to move away from that person. Now, if they're good to you, if they treat you right, they show you love and appreciation, then maybe you can be around that person. If they're encouraging, maybe you can be around that person. But I'm just here to tell y'all that in order to love yourself, in order to love other people, you gotta love yourself first. You gotta love yourself. That is like one of the top things, is loving yourself first before you start loving everybody else, you know? And when you put other people over yourself, now, I'm not saying it's a bad thing to help people, but at the same time, if you're sacrificing a part of yourself, which can be very detrimental, I mean, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it. Like, if you have to sacrifice a part of yourself to help someone else, I don't think it's worth it all the time. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. Like, it's not always worth it. And sometimes you got to look at that and say, is it really worth helping this person? Maybe who's put me through so much pain and so much, trouble. Is it really worth it? And I think people should second guess and really look and evaluate those things. And, there have been plenty of friends in my life that I've had to cut off. There were times where I was a genuine person to them, and all they wanted, they wanted to hang around me because I had something they wanted, and you gotta watch out for those types of people. And I mentioned this in one of my famous videos. People will switch up on you, but y'all, I don't want to keep repeating myself, and I'm just here to tell y'all to love yourself. Love yourself, and because at the end, it's all gonna be worth it. If it means going to a gym and exercising, if it means eating healthier, if it means hanging out with the right people, or just hanging less around people that discourage you and hanging around more people that encourage you, I mean, it's all worth it, I see one person came in, but y'all, I just wanted to make this video to say to love yourself, because it's always worth it at the end. And I want to thank you guys for watching. If you're new, please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, share this video and hit that notification bell for more of my upcoming videos, y'all. And have a great day. It's Mark the Greatest. Peace.